Hi Sarah, this is your reading. We're going to do some charms at the end, as we can see here. But until then, your question about Tate. There's a lot of cards. I don't know what they say yet, but we'll find out. Then we've got the question about your injury settlement. I've drawn cards for that as well, and then there was ones about relocation. And I let as many cards fall as wanted to per question. So let's move on with the first pile. So we'll put those there for now. What will happen with your injury settlement? Let's have a look. Oh wow, lovely. Okay, the truth is going to be known that it wasn't your fault. And you've probably got evidence to suggest that it wasn't your fault. So this situation with the Ten of Cups as well is going to come to an end soon, and it's going to be in your favour. So, and also because you've got the Magician card here, you could basically bend this to however you want, but only because that's why I say you've probably got evidence that to prove that it wasn't your fault. Because you could make this situation work for you, and that's because you've got the evidence that says, well, I didn't actually cause the accident. And in the Ace of Swords is the truth coming out, it's communication, it's making sure that you get what's owed to you, that nobody's going to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. This is just straight up and down, right, this is what happened. And that the outcome should be pretty decent with the Ten of Cups there. And if there's anybody that's been lying or trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes, the court and justice process will be illuminated to see that that's not the case, that if somebody's trying to blame you, for example, and justice will be done. And I think it'll be, with the Wheel of Fortune, that justice will be in your favour. So I think your injury case will probably come out as you want it to. But that's all I can say for that question at the moment. But I know that's not a long one, but this one's going to be huge with I've got so many cards for about Tate. So what's going on with him? Okay, so I've done 3 decks for this one. And I don't even know why, but let's have a look. Right, so the Ace of Wands, the Lovers, the Ace of Chalices, and the Moon. Okay, so the first lot, there's 2 aces. This is like... Now, I know you said that he was your chiropractor. Now, I'm wondering... You said he left because of the stress of his job, but you're positive that he was into you. But I'm getting that he didn't leave because of stress, he left because he was having feelings for you. But as a caregiver, he wasn't able to come towards you. And it was too much for him to be having to see you all the time. And not being able to say, well, you know, I like you. And he wanted to get your Facebook just so that he could keep in contact or keep an eye, because that's what guys do. But I'm getting the overall sense that if you had a Facebook at the time, he might have still come towards you anyway. But either way, he's got a lot of, with these aces, this passion and emotion towards you. And it was just too much for him. And that's the real reason he went away from his work, with stress. That's what I think. That's what I'm getting. And also with the Moon and the Lovers here, I think that he was basically getting feelings, because that's literally what all these cards are. This is all feelings. But they were secret. You know, they were obvious through body language, but they weren't spoken. They weren't outright said, but because of his position and his job. I think in the healthcare industry you're not necessarily allowed to date patients. And even if you do want to date a patient, I think you have to have not seen them for a while. Like, you have to stop being their caregiver, and you're not allowed to actually go towards them or make a move for, you know, a period of months to a year or so after. So that might be a factor as to why he's left. So if he hasn't come towards you, then he might later on. Because I'm pretty sure that after a certain amount of time, if you haven't seen that person as a patient and it wasn't a serious thing like you saved their life, you know, then it can be worked around, as far as I'm aware, but don't quote me on that. Now, we've got thankfulness for understanding. I think he thought that you understood this already, or that you knew that he liked you, but again, that he couldn't move towards you. So that's okay. And then we have grace and sweetness. So I think he found you to be really lovely. I think he was just like really enamoured, you know, and like delicate, graceful, sweet. I want to say small as well. Maybe small to him, you know, everybody's different in terms of what they like in a person and what they see as, you know, small or lovely or whatever. So this one's rebirth and new beginnings. So I want to say that at some point he wants to come towards you, but only once a safe period of time has passed, that it's not going to come back on his and bite him on the bum, that you used to be a patient of his and now he's dating you, sort of thing. That's what I'm getting from that. And then we've got gallantry, grant me a smile. I think he likes your smile. He liked having a bit of a joke and a flirt with you. I think he really enjoyed it. And you know what else I'm getting is that it really killed him to leave. And purity, cheerfulness and innocence. So this is what he sees you as again. You know, you don't have to be these things, but how people perceive you when they've got the rose-coloured glasses on is definitely not something you can really help, is it? So, what else have we got? The Ace of Swords, right? So, communication. I think he's stuck in his head about it. But once an appropriate amount of time has passed, I feel that he will, out of the blue, contact you, and he will find you on Facebook. I mean, if you were his patient, then he knows what your name is. He could easily find you. And if you didn't have Facebook at the time, and you do now, or even Instagram or something like that, he's going to find you, and I think he will, out of the blue, just contact you. And we have the Nine of Cups. So you were a wish fulfillment to him, but it was a secret with the moon there. He wasn't able to tell you. But he wants to. And this is like the end of a cycle. This is coming to completion. This is something that he wants to add that extra cup and make it 10. Complete the cycle. And then we have the Fool. So he does and did want to take a risk with you into the unknown. You know? It was a bit like this duck sitting on a branch. You know, it doesn't have any flight wings, but he would have still jumped anyway. Because I think he sees you as a joy to be around and happy and all that sort of thing. And then we have the Ace of Cups. And we've already... Hold on a minute. We've got 2 Ace of Cups. So this guy did have feelings for you. This guy really was attracted to you. And I think that if it hadn't been for the patient thing, he might well have done it. But I think now he's in a period of waiting. And he's trying to be grounded about it. He's trying to wait it out. He's trying to make sure that he dots the I's and crosses the T's in respect of what his profession allows him to do. And again, he's had to keep that a secret. Whether his body language gave him away or not, or he was extra flirty with you or whatever, he has to keep it a secret right now. So that's the moral of that story. So I want to pull some charms on the Tate situation as well. I know I said we'd do them at the end, but I really feel like I want to do them now, and I might pull a few more cards as well. Actually, I'm going to use the Sexual Tarot. Right, again, he's trying to be grounded. He's trying to be grounded. And again, he does want to take a chance. He wants to take a roll of the dice, like the Fool card. And this is the heart chakra colour as well, so he does want to take a chance in love, but he wants to be grounded before he does it, and make sure that there's nothing going to come back on him later on. We've got butterflies here, which is a symbol of new beginnings and transformation. So, yeah, that's what he wants. We've got 3 rings here, so this is like, this guy really was into you. He wanted to commit, wanted to make it official, but he couldn't, and so he left it. And I think you were saying that he told you he was leaving out of stress, like as if you were splitting up. And I think in his mind you really were, because he wasn't going to see you. At least not regularly. And because he wanted to be, with you. So that's what I get from that. And he wants to provide for you. He wants to give you everything that you want. Because that's what I see grapes as. It's always like, feeding you grapes. Looking after you. Making sure that everything's alright. Yeah, and then we've got the pin. So again, yeah, he wanted to be tied to you. He wanted to pin you down. He wanted to make you part of his life. And again, I think he sees you like a little spring flower, just this lovely person that he could see himself being with, especially with the 9 of Cups and the thing. And we've got the shell, so this could potentially be a soulmate, or even a past life relationship as well. That could be something that was going on. I think he's probably got money, especially if he's in the health industry. We've got some runes here as well, so let's see what those are saying. We've got ice. So now is this time for stillness and reflection. It's clarity and also challenges. I feel like, because he's had to take a back seat because of being your doctor or your health provider from his feelings, he's in a period of reflection and stillness and trying to just be stable and sturdy and not do the wrong thing. Trying to listen to his inner guidance, basically. So he's being patient and waiting for the right moment, and he's hoping that you will as well. And we've also got the warrior. So, believe in the vision. This is a bit like the magician card in the tarot. So you need to just trust in what you want. If you want him, trust that you'll get him one day. And it will happen. But, wish for it, then let it go. And it will come to you. Now, what else do we have here? I've got I believe this is the water rune. So your next question is, will there be relocation or travel coming up? This water rune is about travel. It says it's about new horizons waiting for you. So it could be new horizons in terms of this guy coming towards you, or it could be new horizons in terms of relocation. Even though we're not on that question yet, the answers are already coming through. So I think also you should probably drink more water and spend more time outside just to increase your vitality. That's another meaning for this rune. But I just thought it was weird how this also means travel when you had that question. But it could be that you relocate to be with him, Tate. It might be that in a different area you could be together. It just depends on your locale and what the laws and regulations are. I'm sorry if you can hear my ducks quacking. I have 4 pet ducks, and sometimes one of them, Cassie, she likes the sound of her own voice. So if you hear any mad quacking, it's my ducks. Yeah, so anyway, travel, and possibly, and I really get the feeling like relocating to be with him, or for him to be with you, or you both moving to somewhere else when he contacts you in order to be together. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know why yet, but we'll see with the last pile. Then we've got birch. So now is the time to just refresh your energies. And again, like with the water rune, it's just going to be getting outside, drinking more water, being healthy, doing some kind of exercise. It's just focusing on yourself, so that you can then move forward. And I think they're doing the same thing, Tate. And I've also got the yew tree rune, which is I was saying that because he was your caregiver, that there might be rules against dating patients. This rune oftentimes means like outdated beliefs. Like he's really pissed that he couldn't come towards you because of what he thinks are outdated rules and regulations surrounding patients and their doctors or their health givers. But I still think that he might try to find a way just to see if it would at least work. And he's annoyed about these outdated beliefs because of opportunities that he feels he's missed. So, yeah, I want to pull some extra cards for this pile. I hope you don't mind the first pile being so short, by the way, but it was pretty cut and dry. Whoops, like, that's too many. Can we just get a couple of cards, right? It would be really great if we could just do that. Whoops, there's one. I'll put that there just now. I want to take those two as well, and this one, and that one. So, yeah, I knew this pile was going to be trouble. Woo! Okay, 5 of Wands. Okay, this guy is passionate, and that was also clarified in this deck, I think, with the Ace of Wands. We've got the Ace of Wands and the 5 of Wands, but in this deck, I'm worried. I think he's worried that if he doesn't come towards you soon, that possibly you might meet somebody else. That's his worry right now. But he has to do what he has to do because he doesn't want to end up in trouble for doing the wrong thing or go in with outdated beliefs or against the outdated beliefs. 4 of Chalices, so would potentially like to meet you in secret, but he's not sure how to go about it. Not yet anyway, but he feels magnetised towards you, wants to cut ties in order to go towards you. So yeah, it's just being confirmed by pretty much everything at the moment. And yet, oh look, the King of Wands, although passionate, is protective as well, wants to wrap you up and look. Remember I was saying with the charms, he wants to look after you. He wants to just mollycoddle and like treat you like a princess and protect you, keep you warm, cosy, all that sort of stuff. So he does want to do that. Because although the King of Wands is quite passionate and fiery, he can also be quite protective and, you know, generally lovely once you get past the fiery exterior. So it might even be a fire sign, actually. Sorry about that, my ducks are going mental. Strength, yeah, he wants you to be strong. Cassie, woman, I'm trying to do a reading. He wants you to be strong because he's worried about you potentially going for somebody else while he's in this period of waiting before he can come towards you. Just to stay strong and not be tempted by anybody else, basically. Not yet. But of course these are only current energies. I mean, they could change. And I've got the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I think he'd like to see you undressed. I think he'd like to look at you while you're sleeping. This is what I get from this card every time. There's a mirror there as well, so he might be on the saucy side. And yeah, he just generally would like to be. And again, there's grapes in this picture. Remember we pulled the charms, the grape charm, just now. This guy probably does want to look after you, take care of you, but experience all aspects of being with you. I reckon anyway. Right, I think that's that pile done. Let's stop while we're ahead. So, right. Will there be relocation or travel coming up for you? Let's have a look. The world. Okay, the first thing I'm getting just as I turn that over is the world is your oyster. Whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go, go. Because you can, especially with your settlements coming through. That might even give you the means to make the world your oyster. I've just thought of that as well. So, and the chariot, okay, so forward movement, so yes. And also in the last reading we had that water charm that told us about how there would be new horizons and things like that. So, yeah, with the chariot, this is forward movement, and in this situation I would then say, yeah, the world is your oyster, and you could move forward. And you could be moving forward as well from your case with your accident as well. And it's going to bring happiness, the sun. So, regardless of what you do, you're going to be happy, and you're going to be the light at the end of somebody's tunnel as well, or this is going to be the light at the end of your tunnel. It all depends. But there was indications in the last pile about you and Tate relocating to be together, because there might be some areas where it's more acceptable to do that, to be with an ex-patient than it is in other areas outside of a certain timeline, and there'll be money. It'll be a perfect connection, it'll be the perfect location, it's going to be good. And again, there's grapes. So I think even without Tate, the universe is going to look after you as well. And there's going to be growth and abundance, and whatever seeds you've planted in the past, mentally, emotionally, physically, they're going to grow and come to fruition. If that's something that you're looking for. And Ace of Pentacles, so yes, and when you relocate, there's a good chance it will be the door of opportunity. And that could be the door of opportunity for everything that you've been wanting. It's like the completion and the build up. But then, once you go through this door, you've got to start the next part of the journey in your life. So that's another short pile. What I'll do though is I'll just pull a few more on the relocation thing. Is there any information about this relocation, and also to do with Tate? I'm going to try and pair the two, alright? Because you did ask for a 6 question reading, but you only wanted the 3, but I'll give you a new question. Are you going to relocate with Tate? Or we might not get a proper answer, I don't know. It might not be time for you to know that yet. You might have to work on yourself still. It's just gonna have to see, I guess. Ooh, the Empress, nice. Temperance, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Wands. Woohoo! Okay, so the 9 of Pentacles kind of suits the 10 that you've got there. It's like you're coming to the end of a cycle to start the next part of your life, because you also have the door of opportunity as well. And it's going to be, I'm getting the feeling, the sense that it's going to be happy and easy. Although moving is never hard, never easy, but it's going to feel like the right thing, basically. And also with these feathers, this is like travel as well, like a bird flies. It's like travel and relocation as well, so that's what I'm getting. So again, it's confirming that you're probably going to relocate at some point. We've also got the 8 of Wands, which again is like, it's inspiration, it's determination. So I feel like, because of the question I've asked, Tate's probably determined to come towards you, and he might relocate with you, or he might realise you have moved and relocate to be with you later on, if he contacts you through Facebook or something like that. I'm just getting that overall sense, like somebody wants to come towards you. But, I mean, you might have a secret admirer, you never know. You can never quite tell with these things. But then again, it's just the current energy. Can always change as well. And we have the Empress, so somebody sees you as caring and safe. Like you've got true affection in your bones. Possibly wants to have kids with you. So again, it could be Tate. But I'm just getting this over because as well you've got the Ten of Pentacles. That's like a happy family, like the complete circle, and you know the Empress is the wife, and then you've got the Emperor. The Emperor is the husband. And for some reason, I always see the Fool as the child. I don't know why. And that's like taking chances and moving forward. So again, I'm seeing that he wants to do something. And then we have Temperance, which is accepting things as they are now. And to be cautious and wary. So again, I think Tate is coming through again. And he's being cautious and wary again because of the whole patient health provider thing. But it's just about being patient and accepting things as they are for the moment.
Sorry about that.
I had to answer the phone. So yeah, this Temperance card is just about
Excuse
being
me a
patient
second.
for the moment, basically. And yeah, so that's about that for the cards. So we'll do another charm reading. Just make sure to mix them up properly. Oops. Good. That was a big handful. So again, we've got commitment, we've got grounding. So they might be grounding themselves, or you need to ground themselves. There's new beginnings coming in. There's a lot of butterflies here. So commitment, grounding, and new beginnings. Taking chances, either in love or in moving forward to a different place, or travelling even. You could even just travel somewhere together for a holiday or something like that. There is love involved. And again, we've got lots of little feather charms here, so this would be like confirming the move or the relocation or the holiday. It's like flying off somewhere, or just, you know, travel in general. So that's good. Might still take time though, I think. I love this thing, it's so cool. We've got Geronimo, so basically dive in. That's what that says, and it's also blue, so there could be communication coming in as well. Maybe to do with a holiday or a relocation. And we've got some heart chakra colours here, so there is love again, as with the heart. Could be a soulmate connection, past life connection as well. Might be a bit up in their heads about things. And yet more heart chakra energy. So this could be, it could be that maybe this is something you want, or you need a holiday, or you want a move. Maybe the where you are in your life right now is not where you want to be as well. And more love. The wheels are turning. The cogs in the wheels are turning. And it would appear to be in your favour as well. And we've got a lot of nature symbols here as well, so I wonder if you like nature or the esoteric, or you might be moving to or going on holiday to somewhere that's really, really nature dense, really botanically dense, something like that as well. We've got a lot of runes again. Somebody might be musically inclined. You might want to might want to stay where you end up as well. If you relocate or go on holiday, you might end up going on holiday and then relocating to wherever you went on holiday. Oops. You might want to, you know, make it permanent by just like fixing yourself into wherever you end up. I'll just pick that up. Yeah, and basically just stay there like fixing yourself down to your new location. So we've got more runes here. What do we have? We've got horse. So if you need any help, ask for it when it comes to your potential to move or relocate, or if you're worried about doing it or bringing it up, or maybe it's only you that you've only thought about it yourself, don't be afraid to tell people about it and ask for help. And I think we had this one before. We had the Yow, which was like outdated beliefs. Maybe you've got some outdated beliefs as well as Tate. You just want to strike it out on your own and do what you think is right for you rather than what everybody else wants. And I've got human. So embrace your strengths and your weaknesses, because you're human, and it's going to help you to realise your own diverseness and your own divinity. So even if you've got the doubts and the weaknesses that prevent you from moving forward in this relocation or whatever it happens to be, don't doubt yourself. Just really accept your strengths and your weaknesses, because both of them together are what make you who you are. And I've got the, what is this again? The happiness rune. So appreciate love and laughter in your life, to take time to value what makes you happy as well. So pretty much off the back of the last one. We've got harvest as well. So I think any work you put in is going to pay off. Your plans are going to come to fruition. Your life is going to be reaping the rewards, basically. And you're going to be vibrant and successful about it. So don't worry. Then we've got birch again, which I think you got for Tate. Now is the time to begin projects. I think you need to just generally cleanse your energy again. So go outside, drink more water, all that lovely stuff. And we've got fertility again. Just live feeling inspired and hopeful, and be enthusiastic, because it's going to open doors for you. And eventually, in the end, it's going to be alright anyway, because if it's not alright, then it's not the end, is it? So I hope you enjoyed the reading, and thanks for taking the time to ask for one. Bye, Sarah.